Today, we make you honorary Italians. And mamma mia. Hi guys, as always, welcome back to the Don Sazon Cooking Show. I'm your host, Victor, and today I want to go ahead and walk you guys through one of my favorite dishes to prepare, and that is pasta aglio olio, which is an Italian dish, touching back on my roots a little bit, featuring Don Sazon Shrimp Seasoning. We're gonna do a little bit of a variation here, which we're gonna take some delightful shrimp, season it up with some Don Sazon, slap them on a pan, put them in the pasta. Italian. So now I'm gonna show you everything you need to make this dish at home. Spaghetti or bucatini, your preference. Olive oil, key ingredient. Garlic, Italian parsley. Lemons, optionally of course. Crushed red pepper. Shrimp. Last but not least, Don Sazon Shrimp Seasoning. Okay, so with our ingredients laid out, here is what we're gonna do first. Grab yourself a nice big pot. There it is. And now we're gonna fill it up with enough water to cover our pasta. Probably more than enough. Okay, next we need to salt the water heavily. Should taste like the ocean. Perfect. Put the lid on and let's go move it over to the stovetop. Now that the water is on the stovetop, let's head back to the prep station and get everything else ready. Okay, so now what we can do is go ahead and prepare our shrimp with Don Sazon. So go ahead and grab whatever surface you're gonna use to prepare the shrimp. And get our shrimpies. Now take your Don Sazon Shrimp Seasoning and sprinkle it on. My favorite part about the Don Sazon Shrimp Seasoning is actually that it has a bit of kick to it. Not spicy by any means, but it's like a little flavor bomb that lets you know what you're eating. Okay, last one's turned over. Sprinkle on some more. And because the shrimp are smaller, you don't need to use a lot of this, but a little goes a long way. With the shrimp seasoned, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it, move it into the fridge, let it sit and marinate while I prepare everything else for the pasta. Garlic is where I like to start out first, because it's gonna take a long time to peel. And garlic is also totally up to your preference. I like a lot of garlic in most everything that I cook. So, you know, I can't tell you how many cloves to use or not to use. Totally up to your preference. Does anyone know any good tips for peeling garlic? All right, so now the goal is to thinly slice our garlic. Okay, take your absurd amount of garlic, put it in a bowl. And now we'll prepare the parsley. This is one of the more annoying parts of this dish is picking out all the leaves and trying to get rid of any of the big stems. Reason is they're not gonna cook well and we wanna finely mince this. So just grab a lot more than you think you need. Now remember, we're cooking about a pound of pasta, so I'm gonna want a pretty healthy mound of parsley to add in there. This is gonna add green to the dish, but more importantly, flavor. And I kind of put everything into a little pile. And here's the thing, I'm sure there's a better way to cut parsley than the way I'm about to cut it, but I need to cut it and I'm gonna cut it up real fine. So bear with me as I just chop through this. As you guys can tell, little fine pieces here, and that means all of our pasta prep is done. So now I'm gonna check to see if that water's boiling. That water is boiling, so let's go ahead and put some pasta in. There you go. There you go. Gotta get it all in there. Okay, with my pasta in, I'm gonna go ahead and let it cook for the allotted amount of time. Let's cook some shrimp. First thing we're gonna do, put that on there, get some olive oil. Okay, olive oil is in. Next thing we're gonna do is turn this to medium heat and then grab our shrimp. And with the shrimp, we're only gonna cook them part of the way, so light pink. The reason being is because when I put them in with the pasta as we're finishing it, it's gonna cook them the rest of the way through. That way they're not overdone. Add our little shrimpies in. Move them around, get them coated in the oil. And while we're waiting for the shrimp to cook off, now's a great time for you guys to go ahead and like and comment on this video. Tell us your thoughts. Do you like shrimp? Do you hate shrimp? Or what's your favorite Italian meal? And if you guys aren't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. That way you're alerted to any time we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, where we're gonna be posting all of these recipes, so that way you guys can never get enough of Don Sazon. Cover these up, let them steam out a little bit. And when the shrimp are done, I'm actually gonna take them out of this pan and use it again to start finishing off our pasta. Check up on them. Yeah, these are just about done. Perfect. So I'm gonna kill the heat and take them off the stove. Okay, get that back on the grill to medium heat. And this time we're gonna use a lot of olive oil because we need to fry the garlic just about. We want it like a little bit of browning. Let me get the olive oil. Now the trick here is to make sure the oil is just like shimmering, right? Like lightly moving, and that's when we're gonna add in our garlic. Okay, that's just about to where we want it. Add in the garlic. This is just blending all the flavor together. And like I said, when this starts to brown, we're actually gonna add in chili flake, and that's gonna give it a little kick, some spice. Okay, I'm starting to see some browning, so we're gonna go ahead and add in our chili. And kill the heat. Mix all that flavor in there. And now let's add our pasta. Look at that beautiful pasta. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and add in our shrimp and parsley. Beautiful, look at that. Go ahead and incorporate. And that's kind of what we're looking for. See that green all the way throughout with the parsley? That is the mark of a great pasta aglio olio. Now, normally I would also add a 1/4 cup of pasta water, but because I use bucatini, it actually holds on to a lot of water, so I didn't do that. It helps just kind of create a little bit of a sauce, but this is perfect. Okay, now what we're gonna do is actually cut up a lemon. Perfect. Squeeze half that into our mixture. Give it some nice zest. Okay, mix in the lemon flavor, a little bit of salt. It's just gonna help lift all the flavors out. And look at this. Tell me that doesn't look like a freaking delicious meal. The shrimp are cooked perfectly, parsley throughout. You can see little bits of the chili flake. The smell alone, you're getting the citrus, you're getting some of the spice from Don Sazon. It's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and try a little bit, but I kind of don't have a fork right now. So we're just gonna, pasta's cooked to perfection. A little al dente. Try a shrimpy. This is where Don Sazon really comes in for this meal. Shrimp alone with salt and pepper is really good, but Don Sazon is just adding a kick, a flair, a little more heat basically behind it. So you're getting a lot more flavor out of the shrimp, especially when it's mixed in with the parsley like this. It's kind of addicting actually, and it's super easy to make. You guys saw how to make it here. Shrimp is the variable in here. Normally you wouldn't use shrimp, but the Don Sazon into this meal is just adding another depth of flavor. And you can get your own shrimp bottle over at www.donsazon.com, where we have seasonings for all sorts of occasions and all kinds of flavors. And remember guys, if you aren't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do that. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss an upload. And go ahead and try to make this pasta yourself. If you guys take a photo of it and tag us on Instagram, you might just win a prize. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. I'm Victor, and remember, a house isn't a home without Don Sazon. See you guys next week.